So I've always been obsessed with crappy comedy shows and watching people do it all wrong. And I've been a big stickler and very strict. So he holds the first roast battle, and it was the absolute worst show I've ever seen. Yeah. It was the lowest level of low life you could put on a stage. And a lot of scenes have these.
Most of them wouldn't dare live stream them.
Yes, exactly. They're going to trick you into thinking that these are comics. See, what happens here, and somebody made a good point on the Bring Back group. What these low-level comics do is they'll do open mics at places like the Improv. You know, the Improv in Hollywood lets anybody show up, put their name in the hat or whatever, or sign up for the open mic list. And then a person, an actual homeless person off the street could be on stage in front of that beautiful Improv logo doing comedy. As soon as they get that picture, or as soon as it happened, they're a comedian. They work the Improv. They're a comic. Look at, here's proof them. You know, it reminded me at the Redbar Comedy Club, we had no open mic to the detriment of our club. You know, the only reason comedy clubs have open mics to begin with is to pay the bills on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Nobody's coming out on Monday or Tuesday to spend money on booze to watch comedy. So, but they have a business, right? They need to fill those seats and pay those bills somehow. So what they do is they tell every lunatic in LA, hey, come out to the open mic. And then hundreds of these psychos, these low-level, low-life, scumbum psychos come out, and they all bring 4 friends, and they all pretend that they're doing comedy for the night. Those types of comedians are the exact comedians that Deaf Noodles has found, and they've all started this delusion, and you know, the delusion is so typical. This is, you know, what I really wanted to share. This deluded group of, yeah, we're comics, and they're talking about comedy just like the big boys talk about comedy on their podcasts. They've seen all the podcasts. They've seen how the adults who really do comedy, or try to, talk about it, and they just emulate it. They just pretend that they're the same. So that big Corey bitch tits, the big black fat guy Corey, I mean, he only gets those open mic spots, those guest spots. You know, but he walks around and there's a whole group of them and they all kind of lie to each other and they all kind of pretend that. So that's what's going on. Did you say you sent me a link to that first one? And we'll just show you your mics.
Right, LA, are you ready?
We'll show you the first one real quick. And this is what got my gears going. Okay. And this will just be really quick. We couldn't believe it. And this starts right at the beginning, Jules.
Yeah, I don't have codes for it. But
it's okay, but it starts, it's without, it's sans 20-minute intro.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, great. Here it is, the first roast battle. This is what got my gears all greased.
All right, LA, are you ready? You ready? Hey, Steven, I don't think these motherfuckers are ready. I don't think they're ready. Come on, speak it to the mic,
so
bro.
we're already...
Are y'all ready?
You know, we're shocked. I mean, he was bragging about this for months, talking about how epic it would be, bragging about how, the work he put into this. And to me, I mean, it's what I live for. Look at this. You've got a crooked projector, all off access. Half of it ain't hitting the screen. The sound doesn't work. You got these insane lighting rigs where they've taken 8 or 9 tripods and extended them down. They're using, the cheapest Amazon video lights you could find. And what's so great about these is they require screw-in 100-watt bulbs. Okay, these are the old school fixtures. They take 4 giant 120-watt bulbs, and those things, it's like setting off 4 hair dryers each fixture. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fixtures with 4 bulbs each. 120 degrees in LA, no air conditioning. So he's in the back of this rinky-dink office, no AC. 120 degrees, seats 30 people, but he's cramming 50 or 60 in there. He's got these hanging light fixtures that are each, again, imagine if you lit up 4 hair dryers each. So you got about 16 to 20 lit Dysons pumping out extra hot into the air. I mean, people are sweating. They're sobbing with sweat as they sit down. I mean, the place is a wreck. So this excited me.
There's a funny lighting related moment. I just remembered at about 1 minute and 10 seconds in.
Okay, so let's see this 1:10.
Just to show you.
Here, let's just roll it. We'll show you a little bit. This is, again, what got us the first erection.
Ready! Okay, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't think we can do the show anymore. This crowd's like, they're all asleep.
They're all asleep. So this was, and again, this is the first roast battle. It compares, doesn't hold a candle to the second one, and this was enough for me to jump for joy. I mean, this was big, right? The lights aren't working. The crowd is hot. They're tired. And remember, he was bragging. There wasn't a humble word said for months leading up to this. I mean, he was really, you saw that pronunciation of the word bitch, how brutal that was. So it's been like that. It's been pull up or shut up. It's been, I'm a comedian. I know comedy. Wait till you see my club. And then we get this.
Are you fucking kidding me? I couldn't even hear it. What do you, did somebody yell something?
Celebration.
The WeChat. That's
Look at this. This is happening.
WeChat. By the way, folks, you can
We'll
see
let him take the stage, then we'll move forward.
Just in case you're curious. Anyway, are you ready? All right.
So for this was the first one, and again, there might have been 15 people there. There might have been 6 people there that weren't his comedians or friends or family. He took his parents to this. His parents came out, Warner Brothers executives. His parents came out to watch. He thought this was going to be a big, big night.
Let's get this show
Cheers,
rolling.
Everybody, cheers.
Of course it didn't work. Hold up. Didn't work. Give me a second, folks. This is the first time I'm doing this, okay? Give me a break.
Y'all know the name. Pharaoh fucking Mark, ain't a damn thing changed. You all up in your range of shit, inebriated. Straight from your original plan, you deviated out of it.
Okay. I'm not pausing or anything. This is really what's happening.
Murphy's Law. Hey, Steven, turn on the lights.
This is a good part.
Look at this. Steven, turn on the lights.
Right here. This is going to be amazing.
Nobody could hear him. He's not talking in the right mic.
Can you hear me?
Ooh. Feedback, folks, just like a film. So imagine you're watching your enemy. Everything's happening as you've wished. You're me. You've been hating this guy for years. You want this to happen, and it's all happening. And now we're getting feedback, like in the movies where something I didn't know that actually happened. I used to criticize movies. I go, just because someone's bombing doesn't mean feedback comes out at the auditorium. Well, I guess it does. When you're doing so poorly, the mic feedback's like a show. Isn't that cool? Watch this.
I don't even know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Ooh.
This is amazing.
Look at this. This is the opening of his big first event.
Do we have anybody?
I'm just going to play as is.
You guys are going to get to see a little bit of behind the scenes over here. Hey, Steven. Yeah, what's up? So, okay.
There we go. And now all the house lights are on. Right?
Yes.
So they've turned on all the house lights. You can see the place now beautifully
He goes,
done.
Steven, turn on the lights, and he flicks on just the light switch.
So by now, all of you know this room. Now, what's interesting, ceiling fan here. Remember, no AC, but they do have some ceiling fans. Not turned on. And what's even better is Deaf Noodles thought those ceiling fans looked lame. So you know what he had them do? Pull them out. So the second roast battle didn't even have fans installed. Not one fan in the room, except for Redbar. Okay. So this is the first one. It was a disaster.
Almost there.
Lights going on and off. I mean, really, it couldn't have been better.
Right here, Arthur.
Okay, and then not only that, but, you know, all the bragging of him being a great comedian, it's his turn to roast, right? So we'll just
go
show
to
you.
1 hour, I guess.
Yeah, we'll show you that. So his whole thing is that he's a roasting machine, and when you finally see him do his comedy, we'll all understand, and then we'll leave him alone, right? So here he is, the first roast, and he's up against this beautiful Miranda Meadows. She's become a star. One of the most hated people out of this whole thing is this messy,
I heard from Adam McIntyre that she stinks.
Look at her. This is Miranda Meadows. She's awful. You'll see. I don't have to really explain. She's one of the low-life type of comics that we had in the Chicago scene that I would, dismiss. I'd never allow them on my shows. I'd never allow them at the club. And they would start hating me for this. I was a big enemy of the low-life. A lot of people like to be friendly with them, not me. I hate when the psychos think they could play with the non-psychos. Turns out they were all psychos except for me, though. Okay, here's Deaf Noodles' first roast. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll show you why we bombarded him. This is it. It's playing. Look, his mic is not working again. I mean, you saw how hard I would go in and kill Tony for the audio. Remember, Brian Redband fixed the audio.
Like I owe Tony an apology now.
I mean,
Tony's
yes.
a god. That
Kill
roasting
Tony
actually...
Kill Tony is a beautifully shot
gorgeous
film.
production.
Yeah, compared to this. So the mics aren't on. Miranda Meadows is up there. This beautiful lesbo, this bisexual person. Watch this.
TOS. Okay, we're back. All right,
I'll
Miranda,
zoom in a little bit.
It's you and me. It's you and me. I'm like the meanest guy on the internet right now. People,
first roast.
We're roasting.
Oh! What? Key and Peele just taking over this? Okay, I already fucking...
First roast.
Wearing that dare shirt because you're like, I dare you to run away from me.
Right, guys?
And she's supposed to be, he's slated her as like the headliner. So she's roasting him last. She actually wins this roast battle, okay? But he's slating her as like the top comedian, and in their little low-life, low-level scene, she's like the leader, okay? So that's how you got to know. She's leadership within this fake, homeless, psychotic scene of comedians. Watch this.
Carrot Top called. He wants his look back.
You love it? It's funny. And listen to the crowd. Now, again, what you're witnessing is Dennis's first... This isn't after hours of him screaming and already... No. This was after months of him telling people he was going to destroy them. So, of course, we couldn't believe our eyes. The internet couldn't believe their eyes. Believe it or not, this was covered by hundreds of YouTubers. It was even trending this first week. This isn't the one we went to. This is the first one. It was trending. Believe it or not, whether or not you've heard of him, whether or not you think this is just some low-level stuff, this was big. People were watching, and this turned into, everybody was covering it. People couldn't believe it. I'll play a little bit more, and then we'll show you how we got involved.
Cat got your tongue?
No, you
Pussy got your tongue?
Nah. You look like you woke up in a dumpster.
Probably.
That's his comeback. Probably.
Bitch,
Well,
it's
that was
your
supposed to be a
turn.
diss?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for something.
You ever seen anyone like that?
And
This
you
is the show.
shut
Tony
the
Lopez.
fuck-
Ooh, that Meadows.
Oh my God.
I'm looking at your teeth because I just can't.
Tim Meadows'
It reminds me,
daughter.
You ever see that movie Ed with the horse with the big teeth?
I don't have that big a teeth. I mean, you're just like fishing for something now. You look
Really?
like emo Shaggy.
Emo Shaggy.
Ooh, this is bad.
That shirt's too small for you, low key.
I don't understand how you have holes on your knees, on your pants, because you don't go down, right?
Oh, I do.
Yeah?
I do. You can go down on bitches. What? Do you not know that? Again, that's
Apparently
Noodles, because he's never hurt a girl with a wet pussy. Okay.
Oh, everything's wet pussy, this, wet pussy. So that's basically it. The whole internet made fun of him. But you know what? The part that really got us here, maybe if he would have done this and then kind of humbled up and backed off the net and stopped telling everybody that he's an amazing comedian, maybe we would lose interest. But no, he came back harder than before, saying that this was a huge success. It was hilarious. The people in the crowd loved it. and started to challenge YouTubers out there. If you want to talk shit, pull up. Come on down. You want to sit there and talk shit? You come. Roast me. We'll see how it goes. So we came up with this idea that we would send Salvo out to Los Angeles I've been wanting to do this. I just like setting things up. You know, I used to set up events and stuff. It was very fun for me to just set up an event, you know? So I said, Salvo, if you'd like to go to LA to roast Def Noodles, roast, and we put that in quotes every time, because we're not going to, you know, ever since since we started discussing this, it was never going to be a roast.
No one's interested in participating in stand-up comedy.
Exactly. This is completely gay. To us, stand-up is just a no-no, no matter who you are. But we thought it would be funny if we could come up with a list of all Def Noodles and the Klein's crimes. This was our original plan. Let's make a simple list from, you know, of the worst stuff Def Noodles has done, the worst stuff the Kleins have done. And then when you come on stage, just read the list. And that way we'll get to finally confront this guy and have him answer to all the crimes that we've been, you know, screaming at our phone screens about for the last year. We thought, okay, let's do it. And Salvo agreed. And we started from there. We go, let's build this out. What could we do? What would make this funnier? And what really brought this thing together was this idea we had to sell the tickets to our own audience. Okay. I said, how great will this be? Let's make it really easy. What we'll do is we'll sell the tickets for them. And as soon as we thought of it, we're like, yes, let's do it. And you saw me. I jumped online. I'm scrambling to sell the tickets, right? And I thought this would be super funny. This is an idea that I've had for years where you use your power and money to sell out someone else's show for nefarious reasons, right? We were going to do this to Joe Matarese. You know, Joe Matarese started his own comedy club, right?
That's how we originally thought about this.
And I go, oh my God, what if the first week we buy up all the tickets, he shows up, but we only send one guy. Only one of our guys shows demanding a show. If nobody shows up, then maybe they cancel the show, keep the money. That's not fun. But if one guy showed up and said, I demand the show I paid for, maybe Joe Matarese and Mark Norman would have to do their show for this one guy. So that's always been a fantasy of mine. So this really hit me when I saw Def Noodles promoting this roast for the third day in a row. I go, wait a minute. I saw the first roast. This place seats 30. Surely he should be able to sell out these tickets in a minute, right? And I was thinking like 30 tickets. You know, at the Redbar Comedy Club, we sold 250 to 300 per show, 4 shows a night. And 30 tickets would be like, we put up the link, 30 tickets. And especially your Def Noodles, you've got this fan base, 100K on Twitter, 100K on Instagram. You're part of this whole YouTube thing. Surely 30 tickets. So when I saw it was day 3 and he still hadn't sold the tickets, and then I remembered, you know, his first roast battle where no one came, I go, ain't nobody buying tickets to this. Let's see if we could fill the whole crowd with us. And that's exactly what we did. We posted the tickets for sale everywhere and we sold them out within an hour. I think it was like an hour, maybe 2 hours tops. We sold every ticket and we were going back and forth. He got word that we were doing it, of course, because it was public. Yeah, it goes on and on. Mike, you got some moles in your yeah, moles in my operation, like public Instagram posts.
It on his Instagram, being like,
I'm posting it everywhere. I'm going, guys, and you saw my promotion. I was going, guys, just trust me. Buy a ticket to this event if you're out in LA. Come on down. Lots of surprises planned. And some of you knew what this was. Some of you didn't. But we sold all the tickets. And it was great. I then came up with a list of activities that the audience could do. I want to read that list so you could see what my big conspiracy was. You know, Def is very scared. He's thinking we were going to do extra stuff. We want to cause harm or shut down the show. We wanted none of that. This was a
would we
college.
ever want to shut down the show of our dreams?
We wouldn't want to. So in his mind, and what was really funny, you know, he found out about this. He got very nervous.
Do you want to show his video clip when he's...
Oh, I would love that. Yeah. Let's show the video clip from when he found out that we were selling his tickets, something that they can't even fathom. And I can't believe nobody else stepped in to do this. That was another reason we stepped in. We saw what opportunity here, and nobody's doing it. Like, why aren't people buying the tickets? Turns out most of YouTube, like Kavos in these people, if they hate somebody, they're not going to be caught dead spending a dime on. And, you know, and this was, you heard this over and over again. These people actually paid money to come. Yes. I know that's impossible for you to believe that we'd spend $20 whole to see the event of our lifetime. Yeah, here at Redbar, I want to spend this money. You know, this is just dipping my toe. I want to use all this money that we're gathering for outrageous college-style gags. You know, and we've got plenty more coming. Where is this first one here? The link
for is under the day of the event.
The day of the event. So let's check this video. And this is where he finds out, welcome, folks, that we've been selling the tickets. You know, and he doesn't know. He doesn't quite know what our plan is. I think in his head, you know, because he's so basic, he's thinking we're going to buy all the tickets and not show, right? Like my original plan to Joe Matarese. That's an easy plan. Buy all the tickets and don't show. I think that's what he thought we were going to do. All right, so what's our first time code for this?
You can go to like 9 minutes in.
9 minutes in. So yes, he really wasn't prepared for this, and I think he thought we were going to sell the tickets and not show. Simple, stupid, easily defeatable prank, right?
Or actually go to like 9:50.
9:50. All right, let's hear this. So, yeah, people were tipping him off, maybe because it was publicly posted.
He was tweeting about this all week and stuff, and this is his video about it.
Yeah, we got a lot of coverage out of this one.
In fact, working, setting stuff up here in the podcast. I'm building another podcast studio across from me.
And meanwhile, this is his podcast studio that he's built. Wall. It really is a closet. So this is the fine work. This is the creation of the Deaf Noodles. Very nice. All right, let's hear what he's going to do or what his thinking is when he first heard we were selling the tickets ourselves.
Oh, there's like too much shit going on for me to host anybody right now, especially this person. With all that being said, I have to move on to something a little more serious because there is one person specifically who has been obsessing over me to a point.
You know, there's a thing that these guys do, these noobs, where they go, oh, they're obsessed. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are, of course.
Guilty.
Ever seen Redbar? We're obsessed with you. That's why we do so well when we go over your videos. That to us, that's not like a shameful thing. This is my job. It would be nice if you were obsessed with something, you know. Ethan does this all the time. Man, the guy's upset. It's like the first thing you say when you're getting attacked. Here's another good one. I don't even know the guy. I mean, how many times have we heard this one? They're obsessed. I don't even know them. Look, they're spending money.
Well, it's like they think you're going to be like, obsessed? No one
Well, because most guys would do that. See, here's the hole in everybody else. You can cut to me. The hole in everybody else, the reason Redbar works so well, again, industry secret, you can't use it other shows. The reason this works so well is because we know who we are and what we want. These other guys, they only know what you want and what your rules are. So they walk around the internet thinking that it'll be shameful to be obsessed with somebody or shameful to make fun of people. You know, that's why you hear them. They won't just say, hey, today on the show, we're going to be making fun of blah, blah, blah. That to them is too embarrassing. You know, so they got to pretend that they're, oh, no, we're covering this important news. This is just news. Oh, please. We know who we are. We know what we want. And it always takes them by surprise. They always think that the obsession angle is going to really embarrass us out of town. Never works. Here you go.
Point where he's DM'd me for months, perhaps hundreds of times, as you can see right there. And pardon me for my notification.
Notice how he's never read any of these obsessive DMs. Why not? If they're so wild and nutty, read a few, please. we were begging for him to read a few. That was one of Salvo's tasks too, but the thing kind of got off the rails. But yes, I would love these DMs to be read. My dream is for you to read those DMs to the public. It's everything to me.
I'm getting a lot of Twitter notifications and tweets. But this person is literally like nonstop.
They do whatever they can to not say the name Redbar too. You notice that? If I hated somebody that was upset, I would love to say their name. You know, these guys also play by this rule where, I'm not going to give them promotion. I'm not going to give them. Why not? Would they like this show maybe if they saw it? You know, you only got to worry about that if you're worried about them liking the show. Otherwise, what's to worry? I show you Josh Denny. You're not going to go leave me for Denny, right? So it's pretty bad when you don't want to say the name. It means you're kind of afraid people will come over and maybe see some stuff they like.
The last time I responded to one of their DMs was in February 26th. And they've been DMing me nonstop. I don't even know what the fuck any of these images are. I have no curiosity whatsoever.
You should.
This individual is a man called Mike from Redbar. And I'm sure that Mike's going to love getting this attention. Mike is an attention fucking whore.
Well, that's
he
not
gets
true.
Stiffy just hearing somebody else say his name because
that's not good research.
He's like somebody that
I do get a stiffy. Yes, we love being mentioned, of course. The attention whore, I'm not so sure about.
Mention whore, maybe.
Mention whore, yes. I'm a mention whore. Great.
I don't know, outside of some weirdos on the internet, I don't know a single person in this business who actually respects him. But anyway, Mike thought it would be a good idea to email me this. And you tell me what you think.
Here we go. So obviously I'm promoting this thing for weeks. Here's something. I'm promoting this event for weeks, right? I'm staging all this stuff, but all publicly. So then somebody thinks it'll be funny to go on Eventbrite where he's selling the tickets and send him an email saying, I'm coming to shut the show down. Better have insurance. And they use my name in Eventbrite. You could just add any return email address that you want. So they've sent this to him. And now he's thinking it's me. And he's going to use this moment to show you how things have gone over the line. Mike's taking it too far. He's going to shut down the show, which obviously, as you can see,
his only evidence for going over the line isn't real.
Yes. So obviously, I don't want the show shut down. I mean, I'm selling the tickets to my listeners so that they could go, and I'm planning all these things with Salvo.
Why would we want to waste their money?
I'm buying limos. I'm buying security people. I'm paying for flights. I'm booking hotels. I mean, shutting it down would be probably the best thing you could have done to defeat me, would be to cancel the show. That would be the number one thing that I would hate.
If you wanted to upset us, that would have been the move.
So this email was not me. And of course, the thing about me, what anybody ever needs to know from here on, I do everything public. There's no behind the scenes sneakery. Everything I'm going to do to a fool is either being said on this show out loud or being planned in secret and will be said on this show out loud or posted publicly under one of my main profiles. If you get an email from me that's not from mike@redbarradio.net, if it's through a different service, if it's under an Instagram account or a Reddit or anything, if it ain't from one of my official accounts, it ain't me. All right? So from here on out, that doesn't work anymore. Now you know. If it's not from an official account, it ain't me. There's impersonator. It's a very light, everybody's doing this. What's crazy to me is how people fall for imposters so easily. To me, if it's not from an official account, I immediately think it's fake. If I'm going to send him an email, it's not going to be through Eventbrite's Messenger. I have him on DMs. I have his email address. So, not me. And again, even if it was me, I would tell everybody it's me. There's nothing to hide here. So he's going to show this email that's not me. And the worst part is he's been informed that it isn't me. My word isn't good enough for him. He knows how easy it is to spoof an email through Eventbrite. But he wants to go on with this little storyline regardless, because that's the whole basis of what he's about to say here depends on this fake email. All right, here you go.
Folks, Mike emailed me We are going to shut your shitty event down. I hope you have insurance on that dumpy comedy club. Now, it's common for comics to shit on the comedy club they're performing in. It's almost tradition, to make jokes about the comedy club. So I don't give a fuck about that. But the part
that's just beautiful audio. You hear that? Listen to this difference
of this statement that kind of concerns me is this part. We are going to shut your shitty event down. I mean, this could mean anything. He's clearly trying to be intimidating by writing this part in all caps. And he says, I hope you...
So this is, what was this, Thursday? Like the day before the big event?
The morning of, possibly.
So there are two things. First of all, we're very excited because Salvo and I got full coverage on this podcast. It's a perfect promotion for what's about to come. We're excited about that. But the other thing, we're nervous. Is he going to cancel this event? So whoever this troll was who did it, and I don't know, that could have even been a fan thinking they were adding it on the fun, but thank God Deaf Noodles is so stupid, he still went on with everything.
I mean, the whole day, the day of the event, I was like, oh my God, he knows about our prank. What's he going to do you think? He's going to come up with some plan to get back at us.
And I told Jules a million times, I go, he's not going to come up with any plan.
Well, my mind goes, I always want to have preparation.
But here's how I think about this stuff. I know my fools so well. I know every fool. I know how they operate. I know their weaknesses. I know their strengths. With this guy, I knew right off the bat, I could stand in front of his face and outline exactly what's going to happen to him on Friday, and he'll still fuck it up. He's still not going to be able to. That's why I don't worry. That's why people go, Mike, he saw your plan. Yeah, no doubt. I did it publicly. You don't think if I wanted to keep this private, I could have?
And he knew about this within 1 second of Mike selling the tickets because some guy was like, haha, we're buying the tickets on Twitter. So he knew the whole time.
He knew the whole time.
A whole week to prepare.
And that's totally fine. If I didn't want him to know, he wouldn't know. I didn't care if he knew because I knew even if he knew every fucking detail down to the limo. Sorry, that was this. He wouldn't know what to do. And we proved that right. So I don't care about that. This isn't a secret. And the Bring Back group isn't a secret group chat. That's a public space. It's just private to members, but it's not private.
Everything will leak.
Yeah. Anything I say online, I am fully aware that it could be anywhere at any time. So if I'm posting something online, to me, that's instantly public. Even DMing. If I'm talking on a computer, I consider it public. Okay. So let's hear some more from his when he finds out. And does he come up with a plan? No.
You have insurance. Now, I do have insurance. And we are taking every precaution on the book to ensure that it is a safe event.
So this is great. I got him taking precautions. This is great. A day before the event, I got him so nervous. And now this Eventbrite imposter's got him even more nervous. So now he's buying security. He's getting extra insurance. He's hooking up more little screw-in cams to see the street. So he says. Let's hear some more.
I do not feel threatened at all by any of this. In fact, I've had this for over 2 weeks in my email, and
I don't feel threatened by any of this. Yet I am taking drastic measures with security. I mean, really, it's like.
And he just said he's had that for over 2 weeks in his email. That's not possible.
Well, this is the big part of Deaf Noodle. Cut to me. This is the big thing that everybody needs to understand. We cannot go back and forth with this Deaf Noodles. We went in there. We destroyed his whole life. Let's move on. He will drive you to suicide.
I'm already being driven to madness.
Let me explain. Josh Denny. You know how there's no stopping Josh Denny, no matter what you do, no matter how shamed and exposed Josh Denny is. This guy's even worse.
It's like consuming all of Josh Denny's history in one day.
Yes. Imagine that everything bad that Josh Denny's ever done combined into a week and then thrown at you like a basketball.
It's very...
Do not try to make sense of his fucking nonsense because it will drive... Again, you'll want to load up a shotgun and just say goodbye.
This morning I saw he was going live again and you just want to scream enough.
Yes. So he's one of these guys. He is a Denny. This is what we've uncovered about him and this is what the world knows of him now. This is one of those guys where no matter what happens in reality, He's got an excuse and a way to spin it about him, and it's coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop him. There's no amount of video footage. There's no amount of evidence. He's just going to say whatever he wants. So that's what you're seeing here. You'll see he'll say one thing, contradict himself the next. Let's just play a little bit more of this, and then we'll move forward. Onward.
I was advised because of what happened yesterday to bring this to the public awareness. So in case this man actually does try to do something. Now, with all that being said, as I've made clear before, my main goal is to create a safe, fun event.
That's a main goal?
I want to guarantee the safety of my patrons, of my guests.
Well, you did a terrible job at that. You're selling booze with no liquor license. Note that. That's, to me, one of the biggest. We'll get into his illegalities. Those are my favorite. You know, it's very strict, the city of L.A. Remember, you've heard every one of your favorite celebrities whine about how they need a permit for this and a permit for that, and you're all at home in Oklahoma going, they need permit. Do you know what would happen to L.A. if they didn't need permits? You would have Stark-like facilities shooting out of everybody's backyard. There wouldn't be a scrap of grass left in L.A. It'd be built upon. Everybody would build whatever they want in Earthquake City, and then it would come, and it would be like when, what's that guy's name, started donating for the big tsunami that happened. What would it be? It would be, I forgot his name, and I forgot the fucking place. But the whole place would crumble. If we didn't have permits, these idiots and assholes in L.A. like him, they'd do whatever they want. So they have to be extremely strict. They've got a lot of people with a lot of money and a lot of shaky, rickety land. Nobody ever looks at it from this angle. They just think everybody's trying to be strict on them. Imagine if you weren't strict in L.A. So this guy opens up his own comedy club. It's not... He doesn't have any of the proper licenses or permits. He's doing all this shoddy work on his club. Nobody's talked about that. He's bringing in handymen and himself from Craigslist to come take down, important walls. The electricity's a mess. I mean, the power went out like 6 times at that first event. So they're overloading circuits. They're bringing in 50 people into a space that is supposed to just be an office. They've got one exit, no AC, no liquor license. They're selling liquor. On camera, we've got footage of them going, do you have a liquor license? You can't have a bar. And they're going, no, we don't have a liquor license. He doesn't seem to think it's even that big of a problem. That's the real crazy part, is he doesn't seem to think that these are even busts. If somebody busted me holding a speakeasy underground comedy club in L.A., selling liquor, I'd be horrified. I'd be so scared I'm going to lose it all and be shut down. He doesn't seem to think these are real laws. He seems to think they're suggestions from the city where maybe they'll call you and tell you, hey, he thinks it's like YouTube. There'll be a strike maybe, and then it goes away after a while. I just don't understand what his thinking is. But I love the illegalities of his club. I have never seen that before either. So many illegal things. And they're also all carrying firearms, handguns. I mean, there's been multiple people talking about how they're bringing loaded handguns into this space with no liquor license, no concealed carry license. This is LA. You can't bring handguns into a fake bar, right? You can't bring handguns into a real bar. And they're all Steven's bringing his handgun. He's bringing his handgun. It's a mess. All right, so let's see a couple more parts from this, and then we'll get into the goods. Don't worry, we're not going through everything you've already seen. I'm just showing you the parts that you haven't seen. Here you go.
Of the people performing, of the comedians, because there are a lot of people who are driving sometimes hours to be here. Last week at one of our shows, I met this really kind and sweet couple from...
But keep this video open for the next part, because you actually want to go to about... Wait, no, keep this video open.
Yeah,
I'm watching it out of order.
Oh, sure.
So this is the day of the event. Salvo gets to LA.
Yeah.
And go to about 30 seconds, or you could go to like 1 minute.
30 seconds. Okay, yeah, we're going back. 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, check this out.
And so Salvo shows up in LA.
Yeah. And
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's watch.
because we're going to be talking about boundaries and about a few other things that I've been advised by my legal and my security team.
There's no legal or security team. He keeps trying to pin it on other people. I've been advised. Nobody's advising you, please. Who? A little girl and a black guy?
To essentially start creating a paper trail out there of these things, because there's a way that these things should be handled. And I think that some people maybe don't know how to do it. They don't have an understanding of how this business works, or maybe they're just really desperate for attention. Whatever it is, I have an obligation now to make this public and to show the footage. Anyway, yesterday, a creator that I booked to be on
Salvo.
the roast battle,
Salvo
who was very excited to be on the roast battle, who flew across the country, paid for himself, paid for his hotel so he could fly across the country and be on the roast battle. Very excited to be on it. He's very excited. He showed up unannounced to the comedy club, and this is what happened.
It's not to be done.
Let's watch the footage from my security cameras. And by the way, I have security cameras all over the building and the block. And I have to have it for insurance purposes to guarantee the safety of the people who work for me, as well as anybody else who...
He's a safety guy, you see. No AC, one exit, shoving 60 people into a 15-seater, selling liquor without a liquor license, pushing people. He's a safety guy. He loves his safety.
May be in the building.
Here's Salvo rolling up on a scooter.
So this is him right here. You can see he's coming.
Perfect. You know, we were so concerned when we were watching this. We sent Salvo out to L.A., and I'm watching this at home go, oh, no, does he have something embarrassing where Salvo walks up picking his nose or something, or looking like a total doof? And Salvo, being way smarter than me, Salvo knows there's security cameras, so he decides to roll up in style on a bird scooter. And look how
I
swiftly.
saw him rolling up on this thing.
Look how nicely he manages
Maybe
this.
in the building.
Watch this. Look at that. Class.
So this is him right here.
So he's already introducing Salvo to his audience as a funny man. This is already funnier than anything, you know, Deaf Noodles has tried to put on. So not a good way to, when I introduce people, I cut out the funny parts. When I'm trying to scorn somebody, you don't show them their best of. But that's what Dennis does here. Watch.
You can see he's coming up on a scooter.
Very funny. Very loud. So Salvo instantly, there's no hiccup. He parks the scooter without, imagine me parking a scooter. I'd be all over the ground. He parks the scooter flawlessly.
If me and Mike went up there, we would look so stupid. Mike would be
Ohio. He doesn't know how to ride.
me.
He gets on a scooter. He's flawlessly arrives, parks. He beautifully gets off the scooter.
He's a true performer. I got to say, he very much impressed me.
Yeah. He whips out his webcam. He's got a plan. He whips out his phone. He starts filming. He's got a plan. So there's no embarrassing moment here yet.
All right, I'm outside Deaf Noodles' place. I was invited. Hi, Deaf. It's common courtesy to give you...
Okay, he was not invited. I had no idea this guy was going to stop by our office.
He means he was invited to be on the show. And usually, if you're invited to be on a show, usually you think, okay, I could go by the venue the day before, say hi to the guy. That's all I got. That's what you could do. No, obviously, Salvo, he wants to get as much out of this as possible. He's coming to L.A. to make fun of you. All we're doing is trying to get a bunch of content of you getting frustrated.
And Salvo even DM'd him and was like, let's get together the day before, make like a promo for this big event.
Yeah.
And Deaf Noodles wouldn't respond to him.
So Deaf is going to pretend like his safety is at risk here by Salvo showing up on a scooter. And he tried to... he titled this video, "My Life Has Been Threatened." And he's really trying to spin this as, guys, this is different, man. I'm being harassed. He's really laying it on thick about how terrible this was for Salvo to do, as if somebody came to his home. He's trying to put it on par with that. All right, let's see how he handles this.
And, there's a way that things work. Like, yes, we do have a comedy club. Yes, the sign open was at the front of the club. However, the business is open. It's business hours. The club isn't open. You know, I have people in there working who have nothing to do with this internet shit and really don't want to be bothered by any of it.
Cheers,
they, you know, shouldn't be involved in any of this stuff. A lot of them don't even have social media profiles. So,
so you're not prepared to do any of this stuff, okay? You know, you can't go online for months and months and months yelling at people to show up. Pull up or shut up, of course, antagonizing the whole world, and then being surprised when somebody shows up to a public comedy club, okay? It's on a public street. You're allowed to come by and film the outside.
Pull up or shut up asterisks.
Listen, we had Redbar listeners during COVID. Did you see this? We covered this. We had Redbar listeners go to the Comedy Store with a bucket of white paint and the same paintbrushes that the Comedy Store uses, and they wrote Redbar in script. They wrote Mike David. They wrote Jules Felker. And for a week, our names lived on the Comedy Store's bill. This is true. We have, you know what? Put a note to dig up pictures.
Yeah,
for that.
I don't know where those are, but I'll find them for the next
This really
show.
happened, and this listener sent me this. I go, "Ooh, but, you know, very funny, but, you know, I can't encourage people to go vandalize places. So, you know, let's get it perfectly square. Everything that I encourage people to do has to be 100% legal for legal purposes. But yes, he
but
did.
if it's already done,
vandalize
and you haven't
it
gotten
and
in trouble, then you might as well tell us.
Sure. So the Comedy Store is used to things like this. You know, a week later, it was covered up. They went back with. I'm sure they've had to do that before. We can't be the first people to think of adding our names.
It's a wall with names.
It's a wall with names. So you know, you can't really give us this sob story that nobody ever shows up to comedy clubs, and you don't have that privacy. You've created a public space. You've advertised it. You've given out the address. You're holding public events there. It's a public place now. It's not your private home that we invaded. All right, let's hear a little bit more.
You know, it's a business. I have a business. And while I purposely chose to have a public location because I wanted to be able to promote my comedy.
By the way, we're cutting out so much. He was burying us in content.
I know,
Not
I'm
only
trying to
before,
keep
we're
it.
trying. Trust me, because this guy buried us. I mean, really, trying to keep up with Denny is like nothing compared to this.
He does like
really,
3 hours of talking per day.
So I'm trying to only get to the important parts and really set this story up for the parts you need to know. And you guys could certainly go watch all this stuff. There's so many great moments. But, you know, we got to run through these here.
Club and build a comedy club using my following and, you know, the videos that I make. It's still, if you're a talent, you usually don't show up to the comedy club middle of the day demanding to enter it.
He was very scared when this happened.
And, you know, essentially yelling out the outside of it. You know, this is how you get blacklisted. Like, if he did this at the Comedy Store, they would probably, I mean, no joke, like security would probably.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, people hang out at the Comedy Store all day. They've got that patio out there. You could come by. You could yell at the wall all day. They don't care. The security's not there during the day. And even if they were, they don't care. It's a public place. You know, it's really not the end of the world.
Kick his ass. That's how.
Wait, listen to that.
They would probably. No, this is how you get blacklisted.
This is what would happen
like,
in the Comedy Store.
Comedy Store. They would probably. I mean, no joke. Like security would probably kick his ass.
Security would kick his ass if he rolled up on a bird scooter and filmed the door. Security would come out, and they'd both fight to the death. Okay.
That's how it would go.
He knows comedy.
You know?
He knows comedy.
Your guests a tour. Can I have a tour of the club that I'll be performing at tomorrow? I'm performing tomorrow, Duff. I want the tour. You're being rude to your guests. They went very far.
So Salvo's a big IRL streamer. You know, he's got a lot of people watching, and people were following Salvo's live streams. He was doing great. You know, we sold all the tickets for him, and it was so nice how this all came together. We sold all the tickets for him, and this really happened. I had a listener named AJ, and he kept messaging me saying, here, I'm in LA. I got this hotel for this event. I'm so excited. Thank you, Mike. And no joke, Salvo went into Popeye's Chicken for lunch, and this listener happened to be at the very same Popeye's. And they met up, and the listener I was going, oh my God, Sal, you won't believe this. I'm here for you from Redbar. And Salvo goes, do you want to be my cameraman? And the guy became Salvo's cameraman. It really worked out.
Together all day. It was
it was heartwarming to see back from my Dr. Claw. Like, I sat here all week like this going, yes, Salvo. Seriously, here.
You come here, and I have the tour, Deaf Noodles. Dennis Matozo. I came traveling long journeys.
And you can see Dennis is watching this as if somebody's like doing the movie The Strangers to his house, like banging on his door.
That's the same face I made when I saw that video of the guy getting shot on his porch.
There you go.
Dad.
Yes.
Where you go?
I mean, that's a very concerned look. He feels threatened here. His life is at risk.
For the tour of your office that I'll be performing at. I was invited here.
Now watch this. Look at Salvo's exit.
Whoopsie. He doesn't even wait 1 second.
I mean, that's pro. That's what really sold me on Salvo. Watch this ending again. I'm going to zoom into him. He finishes his live. And this is what I mean about knowing what you're going to do. I love that. Watch this.
I'll be performing at. I was invited here.
Look at this. Ends his live, gets on the scooter, does a proper U-turn, and scoots away.
Oh, yeah. That's where it ends.
And we're watching that. This is before
weeping. I felt like I was at the World Cup.
Yeah, this is before the Big Friday event even happened, and we're seeing this, and it's already like that's so good for us. Like, I already felt like I got my money's worth
just from that.
Okay. So let's hear a little bit more here.
Essentially goes away. Ironically, he later claimed he waited outside my office for 45 minutes and said that I was cowering.
That wasn't 45 minutes.
So that wasn't 45 minutes, and if it was 45, you'd show some of the footage of the lame, pathetic 45. He came in, we all saw what he did, then he's off to Popeyes.
To that effect, which is not true. I mean, it's a pretty big space. I was in the back and couldn't even hear him.
Small.
In fact,
anyways, I think that's.
We don't care, Duff. You don't got to explain why you didn't let him in. He's so nervous about that. You don't need to let him in. We all understand. But that's his main focus. And the reason I didn't let him in is because there was construction. Please. It's okay to not let in a screaming psycho. Trust me. I would know. Okay, so
I love when all someone had to do to get out of this is just take a slightly different tone.
Yes, and then really, you could really make this fun.
This crazy guy came.
Imagine. I say this all the time. Imagine after Joey Diaz threatened me, I came on here and I just went, "Guys, he's threatening me. This is just not right. What the fuck, man? What did I ever do?" That's not funny and cool.
You can even say the exact same thing if you just.
You got to make it fun. Just make it fun. You can make all of this stuff very fun. I've made a lot of death threats very fun. A lot of real rapes and death threats and beatings. You can make it fun and everybody enjoys themselves. But you don't start whining. Have you not learned? Have you not watched enough internet to learn that no one likes whining and victim and whining? Even if you're the victim, you can't be the victim. People are here to party, okay? At least here they are. When I go online, it's to party. Nothing else. Right?
So you can move
ahead.
Why
go to hardcoreparty.com.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yep. Mike still has to go pee. Let's not talk about that.
Oh, no, you do?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm reading a
you
chat
guy. You can go
guy.
to the night of now, part of the now.
The night of. So we, as you saw, here, we'll show you this. Salvo started live streaming. So this was our only plan.
So me and Mike were sitting right there.
We're sitting right here. We set up the whole studio. It was like, have you seen the movie The Burbs? When the Tom Hanks and his friends decide to break into the...
Oh, no.
I got to end the show. I'm sorry. Just kidding. If you've seen the movie The Burbs, when Tom Hanks and his friends decide, this is the third act of the movie, they're going to finally break into the neighbor's house, right? To prove that these guys are up to no good. And the whole neighborhood, remember Corey Feldman sets up lawn chairs and the whole neighborhood comes out to watch? It was really those vibes. It was Burbs, third act vibes. We set up, I had 8 screens going in here. We're all excited and we really don't know what to expect. The only things we had planned so far were that Salvo was going to go there. We were just going to have him yell a list of crimes and that we had sold every ticket. The biggest thing that we had was that we had sold, and I have a list here. I can't show the list because of the names. We sold 42 tickets. That's what we sold. 42 people bought tickets via Redbar and confirmed with me, showed me their ticket link. 42 people. Whether or not they all showed, different story, but you saw, and you'll see right here. So that was our biggest thing, and we just thought, if this all goes right, and the 42 people show up, even if half of the 42 show up, that's all we really care. They show up, Salvo shows up, and the show is on. That should be funny enough, right? But we did some extracurricular gags. I thought it would be funny. I always like to decorate, okay? I like to decorate a thing. So I said, Salvo, what if you show up in a really gaudy stretch limo? Done, easy, sold, booked. Salvo, what if you showed up with a black security guard? Done, it's LA, super easy. I really felt like I was in a movie working at one of those chic magazines in New York. I was booking security guards. Have you ever asked, now I don't know how to quite ask this, but my client has requested an African-American guard. Will that be possible? And it is. In LA, you could put together a fever dream within 5 minutes. It's really incredible. We got the stretch limo, we got the guard, we got the hotel.
Mike
it all
was
really
calling
came
people being like, my client,
my client would really, I'm pinning everything on my client. We got the limo. Fairly cheap. So I did pick, here's where I made a mistake. I bought him the black security guard. He was black enough. Turns out he was kind of Brazilian-y. That's fine.
He was very handsome.
Very handsome. I was very excited, and you'll see this guy. He really let us down. And I will admit something, and I didn't even tell Salvo. Salvo, I bought the cheapest security guard in town. I didn't think we would need one. Now, listen, my idea going into this...
The security guard was like a prop.
The security guard was a prop at that time. I had no expectations or any fantasy that there'd be any hitting. That was like the last thing I ever thought would happen. Literally, I didn't think this would, I didn't even think of it. I thought of this as like a lame, some nerds.
I have thought that we were going to get kind of embarrassed during this.
Exactly. The whole time I'm just it'll probably just be some stupid thing.
The days leading up to it, I was
I'll read you.
Let something good happen.
Let's see what I got here. I'll read you the email because I think this is important. I'll read you the email that I sent out to the audience members because this is important. This really shows my whole plan
Dev
here.
Noodles is trying to say that we were trying to shut down the club, that we were harassing people, violence, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I'll show you the email. Hold on. Let me get to my notes. Okay. Jeep off-road gear checklist. Nope.
Your strands are getting crazy.
Salvo wrote. Oh, my God. Really?
You got to do one little comb during the break.
Is that fine now?
Yeah.
Don't make fun of my hair.
I would never.
Okay, let's see what I got here. Is this the email? Is it on there? Okay, great. Here is the email I sent out to every. You know what? Maybe I'll. You'll believe me, right? If I read it,
just flash it so they can zoom in if they want.
Okay, here, yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, sorry, I'm getting very, very, very drunk. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm just a little bit drunk. All right, here it is. This is the email I sent out to the audience members, fully knowing that this would be shared, right? And it wasn't. Okay. Hey, it's me, Mike. we have sponsored Salvo Pancakes' trip to LA to defeat Deaf Noodles in the headlining roast of the night. Def has been begging for YouTubers and comedians to accept his challenge for months, so we thought it might be fun to give him what he asked for. When we saw Def was having a hard time selling tickets, we decided to sell the tickets for him. The entire audience should be made up of good people like yourselves. As an audience member, your job is simple. Have a great time. Okay. We have a few audience gags that you could participate in if interested, but of course, your only obligation is to watch and enjoy yourselves. See how nice I am? However, if you'd like to make things funnier, you could do the following. 1, boo loudly every time Deaf Noodles takes the stage or is mentioned. Cheer loudly every time Salvo takes the stage or is mentioned. Start a chant. When feeling bored, feel free to chant Redbar, which they did at the perfect time. After Salvo's done, feel free to stage a walkout. It'd be nice to see an entire crowd walk out all at once while Def is still speaking. Number 5, hecklers welcome. Got something you want to scream? Scream it. Number 6, catch it on tape. Feel free to capture your favorite moments on video and send them over. Okay, so that's like all I expected. Light, easy, lighthearted sweetness, right? Please remember, this is
nothing that would constitute anything more than a prank.
Yeah. We got to take a break after this so I could, I'm getting very sick. Please remember, this is a light college-style gag. Please don't take things too far. No fighting. This isn't that serious. We just want everyone to have a nice laugh. The event will be live streamed on Deaf Noodles' YouTube channel, so we'll be with you in spirit. If you have any issues whatsoever, please message me. You purchased a ticket, and you're entitled to a seat. If there's any funny business, reach out to me, and I will make a stink. Other than that, have fun. Enjoy, Mike. All right.
Sounds like a pretty nice email.
Very, very nice. So what happens next?
Before the event. Did you want to take a break and then we'll see what happens?
Let's take a quick little break and we'll see what happened at the event and after. The behind the scenes footage you're dying to see. We'll be right back with you here on the Redbar ratings. It gets very hot.
And I
what
feel
is
like
the
that
degrees
jacket you're wearing is crazy.
This
hot.
isn't a jacket. This is a thin t-shirt that I'm filling out. Let's see. Just a thin shirt. Okay. Oh, it's not even that hot today. 99. High of 103. Pretty hot. Hot to me. Hot to her. All right. So, yeah, let me show you this really quick. Back to the beautiful night. And we're going to show you some of the behind the scenes, some video. You know what I'm really excited for? We had a lot of people in the audience that night. I wanted to do something nice for those people too, Jules. I wanted to come up with something that we could do to all the people who risked their lives and attended. I'd like to give them some sort of gift, if we could think about that.
I know. I'll think of something good.
Look at this. This is what I've got here, and we'll go through some of these. But this is my file folder of funny videos that were, can I zoom into there? Yeah. Funny videos from the listeners. So we've got some that the internet hasn't seen.
So if you're like, oh, I already watched this whole roast a million times, I'm sick of it, you haven't seen nothing.
Okay, let's show you. Salvo pulls up in the limo, and we could introduce you to our security guard, who we're going to have a problem with him. Definitely, at least a chargeback. You know, I got a message mid-show. Hey, Mike, everything okay with Willie? From the security company. I didn't have the guts to write them back because I wasn't sure I could answer that question, to be honest. So here he is, and I didn't know he was going to do this, but Salvo live streamed from the limousine. And this is where we all really, again, remember, we're sitting around the studio. I mentioned it was like how on the Burbs, when they start setting up their camp chairs, they're all watching for the night's big event, in their cul-de-sac. And it really had those vibes. And our biggest concerns was, okay, the limo's supposed to be at Salvo's hotel at 7:30. Security at 7:30. They got to hop in the limo and pull up at Deaf Noodle Show by 8.
At the perfect time for everyone to see.
And it all worked out. So as soon as they were in the limo with the guard,
Mike was sitting here going, oh, the limo's coming. Yeah. The security guard is here.
Yep. And it all worked out, and we were in heaven watching this. And again, Salvo's like on the way to the roast video. That was enough. I got my money's worth. I mean, this was enough. If just this happened and we show up and the whole crowd's ours, we got the limo, we got the black guy, the guard, I'm happy. Here we go.
Hey, read the chat to me too.
All right.
What's up, everybody?
Now, the guy filming him is one of our listeners, AJ, who, again, this is the guy that they just randomly met up at Popeye. So it all started really coming together nicely and just working out as a classic night out. Here.
Come a little closer. Okay? What's up, everybody? Salvo pancakes on the way to whoop Daft Noodles' ass with words, charisma, and charm. I promised you an event. I promised you a spectacle. You're gonna get one, and you've been getting one this weekend, and it's gonna continue. And a call. Can we turn the radio off, honey? Honey.
Right there by you.
Okay, so
he has no idea what he's in for. Okay, so we got a black limo driver, white stretch limo was supposed to be black, so that could be a chargeback too.
Do you think the security guard saw what happened online after this?
I don't know, but I'm going to send it to his boss because the way the security guard handled himself, I definitely need my money back. Now, I was beginning to say I purchased the... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be fine. I purchased the cheapest security guard that we could get. Again, I didn't think there'd be any need for the security guard as long as he was wearing a security guard shirt and black. Those were really the only, elements I needed there. $75 an hour, just if you're curious. 75, which I thought was very fair. Most people, so I went on Yelp, and what's great for services like this, Jules, is you just ask for one quote on Yelp. Ooh, I'm elving with my strands. My strands are elving. You go on there, and then you could just take that same quote request, Jules, and you could send it to 30 companies. So that's what I do. I went on Yelp, security, typed in my little message, and then, I was just going to go with whoever came back first. And 3 people came back around the same time. Most of them were $500 flat fee for the night. This one was $75 an hour, and it was this weird Arab guy that I was going back and forth with. I really was concerned that the guard wouldn't show up. They wouldn't send me any sort of confirmation. He was very quick with, when I asked him if we could have an African-American guard, he goes, yeah, bro. And I go, did he really hear me? Am I going to get that Afro-American when we show up? Is there going to, I didn't want it to be an Arab guard. That's a totally different vibe. I needed to be a black guard.
This is a film. This is an experience.
This is a film. So here we go. And now we've got some scenes of Salvo pulling up to the event. And this is everything that I wanted to happen. Let's watch.
Pussy.
He's vaping.
So AJ, I don't have cash. You got a tipper. I'll pay you back, obviously.
For sure.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
15:30.
15:30. Here
says,
you go.
Yeah, Steve. You mean Skid Row Steve?
Pulling up to the event. There we are.
I guess that's his official title.
Oh, they're yelling my name. I need this window down. Gloria.
Gloria, the big
Her
driver.
name wasn't
What's your
Gloria.
name?
Oh, it wasn't Gloria?
No.
She looked like Gloria. She was just black. It was just a black woman. So Gloria, very funny. So he's pulling up to the venue right now.
What?
You gotta come back over here, brother.
Look at this. And we're at home watching live.
That Noodles is gonna fucking die tonight!
Yeah!
And the security, we're loving watching that the security guard has got a huge smile on his
looked like
face.
he was having a blast.
I'm sitting and I'm going, oh, thank God. So everybody's happy. Everybody's having fun. It's all working out. Here we go.
Hey, Jessica. How you doing?
Okay, so we're just
Are we
seeing him.
here? Is this it? Okay. Come on.
Here we
Thank
go.
you.
Here we go. The big event. He pulls up in the limo. Look at the line.
Stand by my side. I got critical threats to my life. No fucking smile. Get in front of me, retard.
So here's the line.
Deaf Noodle sucks.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all. Are you here for Deaf Noodles?
No, we're here for you.
Who you here for? Who you here for?
Salvo, 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 Salvo.
So this was great to see.
Salvo pancakes.
So now he's going to the guy at the door. They won't let him in. Deaf Noodles doesn't have him on the list. So let's see that.
In a vat? Hey, security, you need to be here. What are you doing?
This was Willie's first time.
You don't see me on here. I'm the main event. People are here for me. Any other name? Keemstar's employees? That is lame thing that he did? Okay, tell Dennis to get his ass out here and let me in.
He's his main
He's
roast
not
battle
letting me
opponent.
in. My name's not on the list.
So to be fair, you know, Deaf Noodles probably just did this out of stupidity. He didn't realize he needed to write the comics down on the list, right?
Patojo! Dennis!
Hold on, bro.
You call him. I'm gonna go talk to my friend.
Here we go. Let's meet the line.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Who are you here for? Thank you. Who are you here for? Who are you here for?
Redbar.
Who are you here for?
Redbar.
Who are you here for?
Redbar,
Is
wow.
anybody here for Dennis Noodles? Make some noise if you're here for Dennis Noodles.
Oh, it's silent.
It's silent, Dennis. Make some noise if you're here for Redbar or Salvo pancakes.
Redbar. 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 Redbar.
Okay.
And at this point, we just cannot believe that this
So
is
yeah,
going
we're
so
singing
well.
hum,
Tears
going,
are
oh,
in our
thank
eyes.
you. That's
We're
all we
hugging
wanted.
each other.
That's all we wanted, for the whole crowd to be Redbar. Nobody there for,
This
of
is
course,
all
Deaf.
we needed to happen.
This is it.
Fuck Deaf Noodles. Fuck Deaf Noodles. Fuck Deaf Noodles. Fuck Deaf Noodles.
There we go. Very exciting crowd. Very wound up. Very cool.
Great looking people, by the way.
They
All
are
of
nice.
these
And
people
like
are
I said, I'm so
sweet.
happy that most of them were half this, half that. It wasn't just a bunch of killer whites showing up. So I was very proud of that. All right, what should we move on to
You could
next
show
here?
the part where he first walks and go
Yes.
to 2355.
Yeah, so here, this part was good. And again, making fun of the venue was the name of the game. We finally got the inside peek. Here's the venue.
That I thought it was. Guys, here's the door.
Here's the
Let's see how
door.
many steps it takes to get to the stage. Okay? I'm in. I'm
So he's
in.
going, let's see how many steps it takes to get to the stage from the door. We're trying to show tiny-ints here. Look at
Let's see
that.
how many steps it takes to get to the stage. Okay? I'm in. I'm in. Here's the door. How many steps are you gonna take? Under 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So already this is so crazy because Deaf Noodles has given up his club and he's letting Salvo just walk on stage, direct the crowd. You know, we're sitting at home. We didn't know what was going to happen at this point. Oh, here we go. There's the bar. So look at this sneaky deaky bar. I think he's going to go up to, and let's see this.
This place is tiny.
He's trying to get back into the back room here.
Hey, is the window open?
Oh, they're throwing him out. Here we go. So this is the bartender here. He
look
might
at
be
him.
facing some jail time here. Look at this guy. This
Wait,
guy's,
that guy's shorter than Salvo?
yes. Well, Salvo's on this little,
Oh, that's
2
his
feet.
height.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
tall.
So look at these little tits here too. So this is your bartender for the evening, and I guess Salvo's going to ask him on camera, "Do you have a liquor license?" Let's see.
You see how I'm treated? You let him put his hands on me.
So Deaf Noodles and all the other comedians. Remember, there's like 12 other comedians on this show, and they're all in the back, like, what
They're
the
hiding.
fuck is going on? I mean, they don't come out for quite some time.
Pancakes, 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 pancakes,
I don't know what they're
pancakes,
saying.
pancakes.
So
Pancakes.
lovely. Oh, pancakes.
Who
of
are you,
course.
moist critical?
Here we go. Look at this. So we're here at the bar. Yeah, exactly. So they are selling. Look at all the booze. Somebody was saying not only are they illegally selling liquor without a license, half of those are White Claws coming out of a box that says, not for resale. Uh-oh. White Claw is going to be furious with this. So look at this guy. They think they could just run an illegal bar. Have you ever seen something like that? In LA, look, they're selling spirits here. So, you know, if I was an evil man, I'd be submitting this info to the LA County, the liquor board.
Which we would never.
We would never do. I'm hoping, though, that thousands of people have already done that. That to me is like the funniest. You know, the legality stuff. I live there. Here.
These people are here for me, they're not here for Dennis. I guess we'll take a seat in front. Well, right here.
The guard really needed to be told what to do every step. I mean, he really was never on his post. I might respond to that guard today, his boss. You know, it all depends. I want to listen to what Salvo said. Salvo, let me know, was Willie gracious at the end, or did he totally give up on you at the end of the night? You know, before I do this big charge back here.
Hell yeah.
He's got Moonahar on the screen. Show that off.
Okay, so the stage is set. We're waiting for Deaf Noodles to come out. And at this point, we're going, how is he going to respond to what's happened so far? So far, most of the audience is here for Salvo. Def's in the back. He's letting Salvo run amok at his own club. No, you know, nobody's in charge right now. You've got one bartender who's looking very nervous. He was asked, "Do you have a liquor license?" He responds with no. All right, where do we go to from here?
So the next thing that happens is Def starts live streaming the roast.
Okay, and that's
the second
one,
link
right?
under the night of.
So here is we just had a guy try to break the entire building. This is how hype you guys are? Come on, bro.
Okay,
please.
so here is the beginning of the live stream, and this is what you watched at home. We're not going to show you much of this. You've seen this already, and we had that great angle from Sandy. No, thank you, Sandy.
Incredible.
We had a listener sitting on this side of the room, Sandy. That's a guy, right?
No, she's a girl.
Sandy is a girl?
She's an angel.
This whole time I'm thinking it's Sandy. His name. He's got an 80s name like Sandy. Right? No? Okay.
I mean,
he got the other side of the room. So we've got footage from every angle here. You know, there were some parts where they cut the audio. Def purposely cut the audio. So we have those moments, thank God, from people in the room. So let's say he starts the show. The audience does not want to participate. Look at this.
We just had a guy try to break the entire building. This is how hype you guys are? Come on, bro, please. LA, are you ready? LA, are you ready? You can go. Are you ready?
Ooh, so imagine that. You're trying to start the show and no one's ready. They're booing. Yikes. So that was my dream.
Corey, come here. Hey, Corey, I don't think people are ready for us right now, bro.
Imagine trying to start a show like, I mean, that would be the pits.
White people.
Ooh, and all the black comics, you know, we had a lot of low-level black comics, Def Noodles did, and their only jokes were racist white people jokes. You know, they really started this. You know, Def's people are trying to spin this as to it was a racist attack because Salvo said, I can't breathe.
Which he was saying because there was no air conditioning.
Just because there was no AC.
Clearly.
So that doesn't count, obviously, but all of their black comics were very racist, right? Oh, look at these white people. What's wrong with these white? Why does it have to do with white people? Why was that even brought up?
Hello, white people. Are y'all out there?
That's cruel.
Hello, white people. Are y'all out there?
Like I said, they're mostly
Can we
mixed.
say, hey, or fuck you, Def Noodles, please?
Look at Salvo. No.
Nothing. So the comics are scared. This is not what they want.
Bro, I guess this crowd, it's a tough crowd, Miranda. Come here, what do you think about this shit?
Listen to Miranda.
We're not getting
Cover
the
your
show
ears.
started until people actually sound hype. Because this is fucked up right now.
You know, and you've got these YouTube creators covering this who know nothing about comedy, and one of them was like, How dare he demand the crowd get hyped? That is not their responsibility. You can't just tell the crowd. And it's like
they're nitpicking.
They're
him
nitpicking.
so
We got
hard.
everybody against this
It's
guy.
amazing.
Yo, we got a dope ass roast battle about to go down. Let's fucking rage. Indiana in the front row.
Ooh, isn't that awful?
Look at how
this mic's
everyone's
working. Is your
sitting
mic
with their
working for it?
arms
And
crossed.
I was texting Salvo at this moment going, tell Miranda's got to stay. You got to get the mic away from Miranda. She's going to ruin, because I thought she was going to be just screaming the whole time. It really would have made this even worse. But thank God she kind of stops after she realizes the crowd wants nothing to do with her. The girl yelling right now in the mic, she's that one with the long hair, Miranda Meadows.
Is it? Oh.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yo, that's good. Hey, come on, please. I want to get the show started. It's not going to get started unless people make some
Get
fucking
fucking
noise.
lit! Get fucking lit!
Brutal. Brutality.
The show is not going to get started until people make some fucking noise. You're going to sit here.
Hold on. I got him. All right, everybody in the back. Hey, hold on. Y'all, help me.
So they start, fuck deaf noodles. Fuck, you want some noise? Here's the noise.
Fuck deaf noodles. Fuck deaf noodles. Fuck deaf noodles. Fuck deaf noodles.
Fuck that. Come on, please. Give me some more. Give me some more. I need some more.
Please.
All right. Okay. I guess they're ready. I guess they're fucking ready.
Okay, were there any, so the audio is going in and out.
I
It's
know.
a madhouse.
Go to like 520. I just kind of want to see.
Yeah.
I know most people have already seen this. I mean, some people haven't, so I feel bad skipping.
Oh, and believe me, if you haven't seen this, please watch
the
all
whole-
this
like,
on your
every
own. You
second
can
of
watch this as a movie. It's a cinematic piece from front
Like
to
if you
beginning.
haven't seen any of this at all, please watch this whole thing. We just don't. There's too much going on to watch.
So
the whole
here's
thing.
520. Let's see
This
what
is just
happens
when Deaf
here.
Noodles came out. I don't
Yeah,
know. We'll see
great.
what he looks like.
So let's see. And it's silent right now. We have no audio here. Wait, why do I see like a skirmish here in the crowd here? You've got some people down here.
Yeah, what is happening there?
I don't know.
You might have a video of that from another angle.
I
maybe,
might.
if I remember correctly.
I might. That's going to be tricky. Okay, let's jump to another part. What's next here?
Well, maybe we should see.
That's okay. Just what's next here?
I know. I'm just looking for the
In the
time.
timeline. Yeah, we'll show them this stuff, and then I'll go back to the listener-made videos right after this. But I kind of just wanted to breeze through this. There's nothing
No.
much here.
Do you
We
want to
won't-
see the shove from this angle, or should we just watch?
No. We'll watch that from our angle. Were there any other?
I mean,
moments
everybody's
here?
kind of seen this version, so maybe
Yeah.
we should just show our behind-the-scenes
Okay,
clips. And if
yeah.
you haven't seen this, but basically what happened is the entire thing went bad. Everybody booed Def the entire time. Everybody cheered for Salvo. It was a total reckless mess.
Yes,
and
I mean, it was a madhouse, and you'll see from our clips here from our archive. Now, these are the clips
that no one has
that
seen.
weren't online. So let's see where I could go. They're kind of out of order here. Let's see. We've got the push, Salvo yelling. Here, let's watch some of the. Here we could start here. Limo. Here you go. Beautiful. Okay, so here's an alternate scene of the limo arriving. Very nice.
Dude, Salvo's in this limo right here. Are you serious?
Deaf Noodles is gonna fucking die tonight!
Beautiful.
He's fucking dead tonight, I swear to God! Where's Skid Row Steve, that piece of shit?
Okay, so great. That's exactly what we wanted. We started the night out right. Let's see. Random death on stage. Movie, make some noise for Redbar.
I feel like all of these will be
outside.
good because I haven't seen any.
Okay,
of
yeah,
them.
let's just go through them and check them out and see what we've got, because these were all, again, nobody has seen these. Okay, here, this one's just called Random Deaf Noodle on Stage. Let's see.
We can hear you. They're like talking in the back. Those digits.
Okay, so quite the shit show.
I think you're playing that. Mute the USB track.
So this is like how the show's going, right? It's
and
not
when we
really
were watching it from the live stream, like the audio would cut out and it would be silent for like 2 minutes and then come back on for 1 minute. Nothing was working. No one was making any jokes.
Yeah. So he really doesn't have much of a plan. The whole show kind of went like that. Some people couldn't even follow it at home. They didn't know what they were watching. Here's this one looks funny. Corey audience assault.
Oh, perfect.
So here's Corey. First, we'll start here. This is Corey. He's the big, fat, black. And I feel so bad for Corey because he's so bad. He's so out of it. He doesn't quite know. You know, he could fool you for maybe 10 seconds thinking maybe he's a real comic or something. Then it's instantly revealed he has no idea what he's doing. So here is Corey, and you'll see he's on stage. He ain't ready for this shit. And this is weird. I don't know if you guys caught this on the stream. He takes his shirt off, and Salvo helps him. Very strange. Watch this.
You're obese, bro.
You're obese. Look at this. Oh my God. Did you see that? Wow. See, these are good. Okay, so Salvo yells, "You're obese!" And Corey decides, and a lot of fat guys do this, where they just panic and they start.
Happens on Kill Tony once a week.
It does, where they got to like take their shirts off. And then I've never seen anything like it. Salvo starts playing with his swangin' apes.
If you were there as a Redbar fan, this must have been like the best night of
Okay,
your
so
life.
this was during the show. This is how the show's going. Let me show you that again. Look at this.
He's trying to do stand-up, Corey.
So, yeah. I'm so sorry. Yes, Corey is trying to do stand-up right now. This was Corey's time, and this is generally how the show went. So, okay, let me get to a nice zoom in here. Look at this. He lifts up. Oh, look at that. Ooh. And then Corey, I didn't realize that, so Corey snapped. Look at that. Let's watch Corey. So you can see Corey turns from joking around, but after those titties got dangled. And look at that. I mean, this is really, what do they call it? National Geographic? Is that racist to say? This is geographical. Look at that titty being played with. Do you see this here? And Corey says, that's too far. Oh!
Did a little fake out.
See, I haven't seen most of these. I was waiting to see him on the show. Okay, so let's see a little fake out. Scared Salvo, and it should. Look at that.
I would be terrified.
Oh my God. Really? When you zoom in on this, look at this beautiful. Watch this. When I go like this, hold on. Look at this swing.
Oh, shit.
Wow. I mean, that's predatorial. Look at this. Ooh. Here. Okay, but he instantly smiles because he knows that's a little too far, right?
Okay.
All right, let's see some more.
Security guard does nothing, by the way.
Okay, so Corey's a little aggravated there. He's yelling at everybody. Let's go to this next one. Corey audience assault. That was Corey with his swangers getting played with. Now let's see this Corey audience assault. I haven't seen this one.
Sounds promising.
It does sound good. Here, and most of these vertical videos are vertical, so we'll have to zoom in. I'll do a far away, then a zoom. So Corey, yeah, it looks like Corey has run off stage to grab somebody. And Salvo's in the back going, Corey, that's assault. And Corey goes, oh, yes, of course. So a very crazy night. Look at this.
Corey, that's assault.
And then Corey kind of turns around.
He's not doing anything.
Oh, okay. So I think this is a Redbar listener. Look, he's getting grabbed by security. He looks terrified. And they're going to throw this guy out. I don't know what the story was behind this guy, but they're going to throw him out. I mean, this is how the whole night, there was never a stopping point of this.
That's why you have to watch the full live. We'll post it in the, I mean, you've seen it posted.
Yeah, of course. Oh, wait, here it is. Let's see what happens in this. These were cut out of the stream.
Listen to it.
Wow,
in
they
there.
took him out. Yeah, it's really wild in there. Let's see what Corey does. Salvo's on stage.
Take control of your comedy club, Dennis. Take control of your fucking show, Dennis.
Absolutely. The only person who's out of
Because
control
nobody
is
respects you, Dennis. That's why these people are running amok. They think you're pathetic. Let the fucking show and show.
Look, I feel bad for this guy in the mask back here. You see this guy? He came with a mask. This was not what he wanted. So look at Deaf Noodles just on stage while his whole thing turns into mayhem. All right, let's finish this one up.
And look at our security guard in the background is just hanging out with the comics.
This
now.
is when, our security guard started like hanging out with the other black dudes.
He saw a girl that he liked.
Yeah. So, wow. Okay, I'll write that in his report for the charge.
Look at the way he's cutely giggling.
Yes, he kept flirting. You can see there's this window back here, and he keeps flirting with one of the babes back there. Really not doing his job. I mean, every time that Salvo needed him, he was nowhere to be found.
Look at him. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah, he really was. I'm glad he had fun. Yeah. Just standing there. Look at this. What a scene. You know, at this point, Def wants to kill him. And look what's happening. I mean, this is just a scene from the club. We got more people here screaming. Everybody's screaming with each other. I'd say we ruined the show. Sorry about
Do you guys
that.
think we pulled it off? Or?
I sent Def Noodles a DM after this.
Oh, yeah. What did you say to him again?
Here, I'll read it to you. So after this whole night had ended, I sent Def a final DM. Let's see if I could find it here. Def. Pull up or shut up, Def Noodles. Here we go. I said, hey, Def, sorry about the light prank. Should have answered my DMs. Bye. Lovely, huh? Sickening. And now he has to watch this. Look at this.
Now this is all the comics.
Yeah, so what happened? So interesting enough, he had another show booked after this where it was just going to be a bunch of loser comics doing 5 minutes each. No roast battles. When he saw that the whole crowd was ours, towards the end of the night, he started letting in the crowd for the second show.
That's a fire hazard.
Which was there so that he could get some support on his side. So that's why it's interesting that the crowd is kind of changing as we
because this was near the end
and the night. All right, let's see what else we have. The after push angle 3. We'll get to the push here. All right, let's do push angle 1.
Did you want to see the original angle first of the push that everybody
shared? These are pretty similar. So
okay, cool.
It'll do that. So I'll show you all the push angles I got. And this was great. This was the clip that everybody took. The push angle got on Twitter. What was so great about this is that's all anyone had to see. You know, nobody cared about how this started, how it ended, how it got there. It was just Def Noodles pushing a man. That's it. Everyone covered it as that. It was trending all night.
He was an abuser. He was an assaulter. He resorted to violence.
I mean, really, everything we could have asked for happened here. Here, let's see angle 1 of the push. Very similar to the Will Smith slap, which Def Noodles was very against. He was an anti-slapper, very worried about the slap. And now the second biggest event since the slap is the push. Here it is. I was on the phone, so he gets up on stage. He goes, I'm talking to Mike David. And I was going to say hi to all the fans. We were sitting here on FaceTime, dying to say hi to everybody. And this is what happens. And I really think this led to Def Noodles. He's sitting back there, and then he's hearing my name being chanted. This really wound him up. Here it is. Here he comes. And boom! And I love how his Salvo snaps back that he pushed me. You know.
The way he instantly bounced back and leapt with
and
that
look
point.
at Corey. Look at Corey. Nah. So I thought that was great. He gets pushed. And the first thing he does is not fight back, but go, he did it! And we were, I mean, this sealed the night for, I mean, really, to get a clip like that. And again, we didn't expect this. We thought it would just be some cringe shit.
We were happy with just the limo. We were happy for a light laugh.
So, of course, the push here. And we'll watch it from these other angles that you might not have seen. It's really ferocious. Look. Ooh. You know, and when you were watching, when the live stream was happening, everything went out. Okay, so the live stream went out during this part. There was no audio. All we saw was the push, and it was silent, so we really couldn't hear what was happening in the room while we were watching live. Thank God for these tapes. Ooh, he's furious. Look at this. Oh. And, you know, today on Daft Noodles' show, he's going, I should have knocked him out. I was going to knock him out, but wasn't quite sure. But believe me, if this happens again, I will knock you out cold. So there he is, and he's really screaming. Let's go for another angle here, the push angle 2. Let's see what we have here. This looks pretty similar. A little closer, maybe. Here, let's see this one. Everybody was filming. Let's see this one. And then I think I got one from the side. Pretty similar. A little closer. Okay, so
I texted you the one that got shared everywhere.
Great, yeah, and I might have that. Here, let's see. Push angle 3. Yeah, this was the one that got shared.
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah.
So this was the good angle. And thank God to our wonderful listeners who were there sharing this
We
that
owe you
night.
the world.
Yes, here you go. Ooh. And our security is just smiling. I don't know why our security is smiling. I still can't figure that one out. All right, so there was the push. I've got some secret video for right after the push. Now, this one was good, I think. This was right after
Did you want to see the push from the angle so you could, like, the mainstream?
It's okay. It's all the same.
Okay.
All the same shit. Here it is. Because I want to start getting through this.
Yeah, I know.
Because I got
so
better stuff. This is the boring part that we all saw. I want to cover the good stuff. Okay, here is after the push. And I had just started watching this video this morning. I thought there was some interesting. He looks very mad. Very upset. Whoa. And we haven't seen him this upset ever. He's always had the fake smile.
And you act fucking nice until you get to your part.
Yeah, so none of this was in the stream, right?
No, not
this
at all.
speech. So this is what happened right after the push. And let's see, Daft Noodles is finally going to try to get the audience to listen. Let's hear this speech here. Here, let me go back just a little bit more. All right, listen to this.
You either sit down and you act fucking nice until you get to your part. Fuck that noodles!
Oh. Wow. Pretty cool prank. Look at him. Look at him. This would suck. Look at that guy. He's going to come out to try to save it. I mean, at this point, he's just spinning around going, damn it, fuck.
Now, don't
Really
forget,
aggravating.
he begged.
He begged for this moment. Here it is. Okay, let's see. Maybe he's going to say something else here at the end.
I'm just here to make y'all laugh, okay? The hell is wrong with Israeli joke heads?
Yeah, that's so weird. Why are you
Sounds nice. Pretty black. I mean, pretty black night on the town, I'd say. Very, very uncivilized night. Okay, let's see. We've got, shortly after that, Salvo was escorted out, correct?
Yes,
By
at the
their
end,
security
he was
guard.
dragged out. Did you want to
No,
show
let's
that
see.
on the stream?
No, I've got it all here. These are
Okay.
better. Everybody's seen that damn stream.
I just didn't know if you had a clip of him being dragged out.
No. I have one here.
Nice.
It's way better. Let's see. Push channel 3 makes some noise for limo afterwards. Fans get limo. Sorry. After put. Did I just play? Is that the one I just played?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, hold on. Comedian Confrontation outside after. Oh, this was pretty funny. Yeah, one of the comedians is out there yelling with a fan. Here's one of the comedians from the night. Let's see how happy he is.
You're a comedian, right? I'm a comedian. So say something funny.
What am I supposed to say about you clown ass?
I don't know, man. You're so funny. You're so funny now, bro.
You turn the camera around the inside, nigga. You can go to porn stash first, nigga. The one who wanted to turn away from the camera.
Where were these
he don't want
jokes
to be a
when you
part
were
of it.
on stage?
Hey, yo, we can talk about
So yeah, it was the good Gavin shot it. It was the comedians versus the audience in an all-night scream off. Very nice. Let's see if there's anything more here. Just yelling, harassing, which we didn't want to happen. Remember, we wanted this to be nice. Okay, let's see. Fans getting a limo afterwards. Makes push ankle 3. Salvo yelling at security. Okay, here we go. So here is the scene of, we all saw on the stream Salvo get carried out by this big security guard, right?
He got on stage, and then this security guard that he's confronting right now picked him up and physically dragged him out, and then the stream cuts.
Yeah, remember, the stream cut. Technical difficulties. We had no more. So here's what happened right after that moment. I love that. Wow. So, yeah. I like that. See, somebody comes to Def's defense, and it's fuck you, you trash bitch. Look at that girl. I love that. Mayhem.
And then he starts signing people's posters.
Yes.
Hey, get the cameras on. Get the cameras on. This is what happened. That's Noodles. Remove me from his club.
I like how he goes, get the cameras up.
That's what happened. That's Noodles. Fuck that. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened.
Look at this bitch.
This is what happened.
Everybody's screaming.
I'm brave enough to fulfill his wish. About pulled up or shut up. I pulled up and he shut up. I pulled up and he shut up.
This shit is weird.
Now, this guy, that guy was a
great.
huge hit with people because at the roast, everyone. So anytime any
The
of
bald
the
black
comics
guy?
would try to say a joke, everyone would just go boo,
Yeah.
boo, and then that guy just kept going. You guys paid?
You guys
to come
paid?
here?
I cannot fathom that. You
That's
paid.
weird. And he said, that's weird.
Yeah, so the whole
like
night, this
700
blew
times.
his mind.
So
Okay.
that became a bit of a meme.
Yeah. There's Corey.
Guys, keep it rolling. Why he was acting like that is real.
Wow. Oops. Okay, so very cool pandemonium outside, and then of course
They're
I
saying,
think
do you have a video of Corey shoving someone outside? Because people in the chat who are there are telling me that.
don't seem to have that here. Sorry. We'll make it available
to me
you.
right now at jules@redbarradio.net if you have any videos that we aren't showing.
Exactly. Well, again, we kind of want to just talk more about the aftermath. I mean, all this stuff is pretty much online. Let's see. The limo afterwards. This was very nice. I like seeing everybody come together afterwards.
Yes, this touched my heart.
So here we go. This touched our heart here.
Mike, look how you brought us together, Mike. Look at this.
All the fans in the limo afterwards. Very nice.
So cute.
Mike, this was amazing.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Mike, this was amazing.
No, you're amazing.
Thank you, guys. And a round of applause for everybody who went out to make this abysmal. So very nice. And boy, has it been blowing up. What was this trending the night of? It was trending.
Salvo is trending number 7 on Twitter.
Number 7, and Deaf Noodles was trending as well. And it went on and on. There were people broadcasting all night. Adam McIntyre, of course, covered it. This was my dream.
Hi, muckers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having the best day ever. We're here again.
So see, now it's like one of those bad movies about social media where they do like a bunch of parodies of influencers and stuff covering an event. That's kind of what this felt like.
We're here again. And just a quick brief before we get into this. Deaf Noodles seems to like when he does these little comedy roast specials, if you will, comedy shows. Okay. He really likes to have Adam McIntyre interludes. In his 2 shows that he's done, in both of them shows, has he included an interlude of me, like me on the screen while he's like backstage getting ready.
So he's going to cover the whole dang thing. Very nice. This
His
is my
video
dream.
is the
Adam
best.
McIntyre.
He kills. You got to watch him.
But yeah, you've got them all, and we've got here's one that people kept sending me all day.
A couple weeks ago, I was the side character in some internet drama, though it wasn't
Moist Critical. Boo! We're coming after you next, Moist. So apparently this guy has 10 million followers. Ooh. And it really is. That's really how this whole place is. Even for you guys. I mean, I can't tell you how many redheads messaged me saying, Mike, Moist Critical is covering. He has 11. So what? He sucks. You know? So having the 10 million is what makes him good. You know, this is like that Mr. Beast syndrome. Because Mr. Beast is rich, because he's so big, therefore he good. No, this guy's terrible. And in fact, he did a awful retelling of the incident. He didn't look into it. He got every detail wrong. Didn't do any research, but thought, oh, I'll make a video and gobble up all the views. I'll collect all the coin. Sticking my nose into a Twitter trend I got no business being involved in. So it was interesting to watch this because he didn't know the story. It was like the laziest reporting. I'd be more excited to be on like Tommy NC 2010's stream than this guy. And it was funny. It really opened my eyes to, you know, and I hope some other listeners, when you're watching this guy, well, what else is he sloppily and lazily reporting? You know, what else is this bedroom tuber getting wrong? I just, you know, the time is over. It's time to evolve. You can't just sit in front of your webcam with your Apple headphones talking into the webcam in your bedroom anymore when you're making millions of dollars. Sorry, you got to put some of that money to work. You got to evolve the whole thing and do something different. So we're in his little bedroom. We've got, here's all I need to know. If you hang a YouTube plaque, you're my enemy. That's all I need to know. There you go. If you hang, and then I'm thinking, I'm seeing this sign that says Moist, and I'm thinking, ew, did he like choose this name because moist is an uncomfortable internet word? This to me is worse than let's go. Moist. Oh, that really makes, have you heard a girl say, oh, the word moist? Oh, I'm sorry that. Oh, it makes me so, does it? Or did you hear that? Is that a meme that you mistook for your own reality? So, of course, you know, and this really represents how he just jumps on a trend and takes it for his own, like Ethan Klein. He even took the word moist. Not your word. That's the internet's cringe little word.
And it's not cringe. The word moist perfectly
exactly. That's what I meant. It's cringe.
What it's supposed to
yes. What I meant by
describe.
cringe.
It's a great word.
Yes, thank you. What I meant by cringe was that it's cringe to say moist is uncomfortable. That's what I mean. It's very silly. It's not your idea. It's very similar to, I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. You didn't. You heard somebody else say that. Now you're using this as your own personality. I found that to be heinous. This guy is the pits. Cut the cord, folks.
Someone says in the chat he did make a follow-up video.
Yes,
and
look
I just
at
wanted
this.
to say he made a video apologizing. Being
Yeah,
like,
well, that's what we're going to show. Here, look, I've got it. So he made this video. Salvo and I were completely dissatisfied, but as a joke, I mean, we don't really give a fuck. But Salvo started going after him all day, saying, what is this bullshit video? He got so scared, he actually made a second video called I Got Called Out.
And his second video is as boring as the first.
And look how pathetic this is. Here, listen to this.
By golly, I tell you, these YouTuber super roast battles from Def Noodles are the gift that just keep on giving.
This is a
but
bonus.
Unfortunately, I've been caught in the crossfire, and now it's my cheeks on the...
I just want to make it perfectly clear. It is not okay to watch nerds like this all day unless you're gobbling up information to go after them later. You're only supposed to watch this as a gag, because you hate him. You cannot be watching him daily for real. Okay? You must unsubscribe. I'm so sorry. This is not what we're all doing. Okay? Listen to this.
The grill getting cooked. They got me strung up like a pig being rotated around an open flame because of my video from yesterday, where I talked about how at the most recent Super Roast battle, Def Noodles assaulted a man. The whole video is just spent me making fun of Def Noodles, but
I've been
called out for getting something wrong in regards to the person who got pushed. Now,
and it's like, you fucking spaz, like we're not even serious. You got it wrong! And then he actually made an apology video. Well, let's scare him more. Everybody, every time you see this guy, ooh, Redbar is so fierce. I've never seen him this mad. Never seen him like this. He says he's got all sorts of plans. Please.
Are these videos of Corey assaulting the audience like 10 minutes long?
I have no idea. I've never seen anything like that. So if anyone has that, send
I'm sure I have them. My email.
Okay.
They're just taking a long time to download
That's
for some
okay.
reason.
Yeah, here. And again, not important. It'll get out there. We'll put them on. I just want to hear how this guy apologizes like a complete loser, some bonus material.
I will fully admit I didn't know the whole context of the person who got pushed. I assumed it was just another audience member going up there to deliver a roast, as we saw in the last one. But apparently there's a very deep lore between him and Def Noodles, and it's so deep that it makes Tolkien's work look like creative writing done by a child.
Don't listen to his comparisons.
There's so many twists and turns with so many layers to this onion, it's remarkable. And I was called out by a couple YouTubers, as well as Salvo, the person in the video himself, for not knowing this connection. And I take full responsibility for not researching this.
I thought he was going to kind of like come back with like he was going to fight back a little bit.
No.
But it's just, I take total responsibility for this lack of awareness. Like, what kind of a fucking fool are you? What a fucking pussy.
Enough, I just made the assumption that it was like the first Super Roast battle where it was just random people that Def Noodles...
I mean, this guy also, not that it matters, he's about this tall. Really. I mean, this guy might be 5'1". He was a commentator at one of the boxing matches. That's how far this clout could go. They made him a commentator of a boxing match because he has a big account. And I couldn't believe he was so miniature. I mean, he's a freak. He's very similar to that guy outside that bar, that speakeasy with the cripple that I was talking about. Yes, what's the password? He's very similar to that guy.
Lured in here, probably with the false pretense that I was going to be a popular stream or something. I didn't know that there was anything deeper to it, and I'm sorry for that.
Oh,
I wish I did know that,
We got him to say
because
sorry.
if I did, I would have made a lot more jokes about it. Because apparently Def Noodles invited Salvo was the guy on the stage, invited him there to perform roasts. His whole thing was pull up or shut up. So Salvo said bet and pulled up. And in response to that, Def Noodles got so upset his blood was boiling, eyes rolled into the back of the skull, and he was overcome with the devil. So he lashed out and gave him like a hockey body check from behind, sending him off stage.
Redbar. Oh, yeah, we were very unhappy with his explanation of Redbar. Do we have a time code for that in the last video, the first one?
Let's see.
YouTuber comedy event. Because he starts... Here, maybe when I go to the clip of him playing it. Yeah. Here, this will show you.
Go to 158.
158, wow. Okay. Oh, great. Yeah, so he's showing the clip, then he's going to talk a little Redbar. I'm pretty sure this guy knows what Redbar is. Here, listen to this.
At first I thought this was staged, because it looks like something straight out of the WWE. I was half expecting Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out with a beer and a chair and hit Def Noodles in the back with it. But it wasn't. This is as raw as it gets. Def Noodles truly did blast through the door like the Kool-Aid Man and shove this guy into the crowd. Now I don't know who the guy is on stage, and I also don't know what they're chanting. It's like a fucking Yanny and Laurel situation here. I really hear a bunch of different things. At first, I thought they were chanting ringworm. And I started connecting.
And that's why we were getting so mad. It's like the whole story was online. Like, how did you even watch that clip without figuring out the other pieces of the story? Because it was all kind of available as one. So that means you just saw this clip, didn't ask any more questions, just went in, thought you'd make a video, earn a couple $1,000 off AdSense, and go on your merry way. Not today.
Dots and doing some mental gymnastics to figure out how the fuck that made sense. So I thought he was up there accusing Def Noodles of having a ringworm.
No.
And everyone started chanting
No one
ringworm.
thought that.
But then I started like really trying to digest it like a fucking audio engineer trying to get into the weeds of it. And then I kept hearing rebar. And then that didn't make any sense to me either, because what, are they all fans of like construction? Why would they be chanting about rebar? So I then turned to the comment section to figure out if anyone knew what they were saying. And it turns out he was chanting Redbar, which is apparently a show that makes fun of Def Noodles sometime. So he was getting the crowd to turn against Def Noodles by chanting Redbar, I think. That's the lead.
Think. Okay, well then don't do a video if you just think. Okay, you gotta know if you want that money. Give the money to us. Huh? Wouldn't that be nice? Give the money you made from the videos to us. We'll donate it to a nice black charity. I got to take another break. I got to get some water and cool down before I get sick. We'll be right back with much more on our little Redbar show. See you soon. Just the intro, folks. We'll see you in a